Hi, Reece. Really good progression from sort of first session through to the second session. I was just going to go through the stuff we discussed from the lesson. Main thing is now, after we've got the much better position in terms of the club face and squaring them up, we've got to try and get this angle of attack down into the golf ball more, get your strike pattern basically hitting the ground after the golf ball, so it's ball, then turf, as opposed to sometimes I thought you said you get in the ground a bit early behind the ball or catching things thin. So in terms of this backswing here now, a bit shorter and restricted, okay? You start moving okay to about here, then the pressure sort of stops moving down, and what we'll see now, so this is popping up here with the legs, almost like a straightening up. You can see sort of the club smashing in the ground behind the golf ball here now, not really moving onto the left side. The hands now at impact, slightly behind the golf ball, and the arms sort of trying to sort of hang on to the golf club, knowing that the likelihood is you might sort of hook it to the left there, or the contact you're going to get. You can see the finish position not really shifting that much over on that back foot. So the practice rehearsals, and this is the key thing I said in the session, obviously when you're rehearsing golf swings, make sure the golf swing is rehearsed through practice, through movements like we're going to see here now. So making some practice swings up the top. This is where you can do all your thinking here now. Up the top of the backswing, we can shift down, feel like a pressure into the ground there with that left hip. So the movement of the weight from the top of the backswing is kind of moving down this way, and a sort of diagonal down in towards this front foot. And that's going to really help the angle of attack get back in the golf ball. That's got to be rehearsed there. The arms aren't really moving, we're just shifting the body, and then the arms are kind of coming with that as we come back through. So impact, you can see now, this is kind of before the club is actually at impact. The hands now would be nicely in front of the golf ball impact, getting a much more crisper, cleaner strike, and then the rotation through up onto that left side with a bit more rotation. In time, I think this foot's going to start lifting a little bit more. The key thing is once you've all done that practice, and the ball gets in the way, now it's as simple as it may seem, but obviously not to do, is just swing the golf club. We'll see a little bit of movement and squatting down here into that left side, moving onto that left foot a bit better. Here we go into impact. There's the blur of your hands, so certainly getting more over to that left side, getting a cleaner strike, and up through onto that left with a little bit more fuller follow through. As you can see there, the club further around your head, the knees coming together a bit more, just a bit more rotation and movement through impact. So the key thing is obviously to work on this transition from the top, get this sensation almost like a pushing down into the left foot, which as we discussed in the session, if you're up here with your right hand up here, just sort of holding a stone or something you're going to throw, there would be a sort of step, a movement and a pressure move into that left foot. And that's the key thing you're going to work on there. Get that sensation of moving down into the left foot and striking the ball, then a bit of turf. So if that makes sense. Any questions, obviously give me a shout. I'll see you again soon. Cheers, Reece.